The problem with the current literature on meditation is that it is either too far-fetched and advanced, or it is too simple. In this book, I am trying to be as systematic as possible, starting from the humble levels to the highest possible levels. As I just mentioned earlier, we will start our education on meditation with the help of some questions. I have called those questions forbidden because many people are afraid to ask these questions. Why? Because they are so dumb. In our society, wherever we might be, it can be in the East or in the West, in the Northern Hemisphere or in the Southern Hemisphere. It can be today or many thousands of years ago. Asking questions is interpreted as a rebellion, as an act of challenging the status quo. As a result, many people are afraid to ask questions, and those questions are hidden in the minds of those very people without ever finding an answer. This is true not only for meditation, but for any subject. Most people are afraid to listen to questions, especially related to their own expertise. In my trainings, programs, and counseling sessions, I invite people to ask as many questions as possible, no matter how outlandish they are. You will be amazed that many of the students that I train have got very interesting questions like how much I earn. They will usually ask that in front of everybody else. And they will also ask about very embarrassing questions. But the point is that we as leaders, we as experts, must be open to questions and look at them as an expression of their curiosity and not as an act of rebellion against one's authority or knowledge. Now you will find 15 questions related to meditation that I have classified as forbidden, because it's better not to ask those questions to the various gurus around at this current stage, because either they will be offended or they will not know how to answer it. In this book, I will answer all those questions. However, you must understand that the content of this book is not limited to only those questions, and the content will be much broader, and the questions that will appear right now for those of you who are watching the video book, and below for those of you who are reading the ebook or physical book, are just an appetizer, you might say. These questions are just aimed at demystifying and disarming meditation from its aura of grandeur and obscurity. So without being further delayed, let's begin our journey into the 15 forbidden questions. Whenever somebody sits next to me and we somehow begin to talk about meditation, my favorite question is, what is it that you actually do? after you close your eyes? Person or anybody, as soon as they hear this question, are dumbfounded. They just don't know how to answer this question. For most people, meditation itself is sitting with crossed legs straight at the back and closing the eyes. But is that what meditation is all about? If you try to further answer this question, you might say that after I close my eyes, I try not to think of anything. Some people might say that I try to focus on my breathing. Other people might say that I'm doing a body scan on my toes. But many people cannot go further than this. In this book, I will be explaining what you actually have to do after you close your eyes, because it's just the beginning. I'll be using this analogy of a car later on in this book, but for now I'll just brush through it. Sitting in a meditation is like sitting in your car. When you close your eyes, it is like closing the door of your car. Now, once the door of your car is closed and you are inside of it, what is it that you should do? This is a no-brainer. You've got to drive and go somewhere so that you can do something or be somebody. The same applies for meditation. You've got to close your eyes and you've got to go somewhere, then do something, and then become somebody. But who is it that goes somewhere, does something, and becomes something once you close the eyes? Because that entity that is supposed to go, be, and do is just sitting. In this way, you realize that meditation is very logical, but as you have just noticed, the simple question of what is it that you do after you close your eyes itself is very difficult to answer, because in order to answer that, you will have to know many other things like what is it that does something once your eyes is closed, because the person is sitting with the eyes closed. How to find that entity? How to activate it once you find it? What are the various things you can do after you close your eyes? Where can you go after you close your eyes? And what can you become after you close your eyes? As you will read on, or you will be listening to my video book or audiobook, you will get the answer to those extra questions for this starting question. I know it's not fair for me to ask questions in order to answer your questions, but this is why you are listening to this book or reading this book, isn't it? So that you can learn about meditation. It is through this barrage of questions that I am trying to open up your mind so that you can learn fully all the things that I have to say in this book. So now let's move on to the next question. This is a very interesting question that many people are afraid to ask. We see so many pictures of the Buddha meditating, or any other person, maybe Shiva or some Babaji meditating. And then we also try and successfully are able to sit cross-legged below a tree and meditate with our eyes closed. In fact, many of us would look as pretty and as convincing as Buddha would look when he's meditating. But the question is, what's happening inside of you and what's happening inside of the Buddha? Is it the same? In what way are your meditation and his meditation different? And in each which way are they similar? We live in a world of make believe. How do you show the world that you are rich and powerful? Well, you buy one of those expensive cars and expensive dresses that those rich people wear, and well, voila, you also are rich, at least in the eyes of people. But is it the same way meditation occurs? Just by externally being able to sit in the meditation position, does it mean that it is the same meditation as the Buddha or Shiva or any Babaji? In this book, you will learn that meditation has many levels, and no, your meditation is nowhere near that of the Buddha, because it is like saying that just because the student who is studying in class 1 and the student who is studying his PhD both sit in a classroom means that they are both the same. No matter how much you dislike it, and no matter how much the gurus of today try to oversell you the promise of meditation, it is not possible to be enlightened in a year or in a decade. It just takes many, 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 many years and lifetimes. It's a gradual rise from one level to the other level, and at each level, the meditation is different. This truth about the levels of meditation has either been lost or it has been conveniently or maliciously hidden from the general mass to benefit certain gurus or certain sects, so that they could keep the meditators in their never-ending class 1 or 2. Let me explain. By not allowing the concept of levels of meditation and telling the disciples that this particular guru's meditation is all that there is, it is like telling a student that the current level, class 1 or 2, as I said earlier, just for an example, is all that there is about education, and there is no further higher you can go, or left or right, subject-wise, you can go. In this way, the gurus and the various sects benefit by having a perpetual and loyal group of disciples who keep practicing and following the instructions. So it is very good for the gurus to make a living, but for that individual meditator, this is a nemesis, a plague, and a curse. To reach the meditation of Buddha, you will have to cross many levels, across many disciplines. You'll have to embrace a meditation technique, and then you'll have to drop it, then take another one, then drop it. You'll have to repeat this process thousands of times over a lifetime, and then only you will be able to reach the final destination of your meditation. In this book, I'll be teaching you exactly what are those levels, those disciplines. You will also learn what is it that remains constant in all those levels and what it is that is dropped at all the levels. After reading this book, you'll feel like finally somebody took the blindfold off your eyes. Then you realize that it's a very long journey ahead of you. But at least now you know the truth about meditation. In this book, I will reveal all the secrets of the great masters of meditation. Up till now, they were hidden and secretly passed on through cryptic messages that could be decoded only by those who were reborn into a life with memory of their past lives. Those secret messages were encoded in various stories and scriptures in the form of verses and characters and events. In this way, those who meditated find out what is their next meditation level just by reading those stories, because they would have the key to decode the next meditation level that you're supposed to practice. Aha, the secret is out. However, through this book, I will lay you out all the secrets and decode everything so that you too can make a journey. No more decoding, no more encoding. It's all revealed in a very simple format. So come with me in this amazing journey into the exploration of meditation.